Yes, so my beautiful people, my one and only Ogbonge family, how you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing beautifully well. My people, the story that I came across now, I say, this one, my people, una must hear am because this one shocked me, or no be small, like it shocked me. I was so surprised. Like I said, no, 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 I have to rush down here and drop this gist here because in fact, what I thought I knew about the Aare crown is totally different from what I came across. Like this one wowed me. I have to pick my pen and start writing down everything that I've heard, about this Aare crown that we've been watching during the Olojo festival, where you will see Kabiyesi wearing this crown and you will see the way he will be walking. They will even literally hold his hand so that, just to for him to, now, so that he will be able to walk straight, because we'll see him staggering here and there and all that because of the weight of the crown. But the truth is, there are secrets behind this crown, this Aare crown, that people don't know of. There are deep secrets that I just found out, and I say, no, I must come here and let you guys know. And here is what I found, my people. As we all know, we've all been seeing, we've all seen the Olojo festivals, and how the Oni of Ife crown crown at the Olojo's festival. Yes, we've seen all that. And now they say bearing the weight, okay, of the Aare crown. It's so, like, it hailed as the oldest crown in Africa. Like that Aare crown you see, they say in the whole of Africa put together is the oldest crown. Like, is the oldest, a priceless link to the primordial creation of the Yoruba race. But what if the Aare crown isn't just a physical object? What if it's a living consciousness, a collection of souls bound in sacred cloth and precious stone? What if is all that? The deepest secret of the Aare crown is this: it doesn't bestow power, it demands a continuous spiritual sacrifice from the man who wears it, and that is Kabiyesi, the Onirisha, the Ojaja the second. And it has been till it gets to his turn. It has been like that. Like, my people, they said, it's in fact is one of um the oldest crown, like we all know, in Africa, a piece of his mortal self. Yes, is the one that wears it. Now, before the Oni can wear this Aare crown, we know that there are certain things that must be done. It's not as if when time comes, you just go and wear it and wears it. No. What are these things? For the Olojo's festival, before the Kabiyesi wears the Aare crown for the Olojo festival, he must enter the 7 day seclusion known as the Iwo Isode. This isn't a retreat, it's a spiritual furnace. While the world thinks he is fasting and praying, palace mystics tell a different story. Like all what we'll be hearing out there, like it has been a different story. In that sacred week, the Oni must undergo a ritual of extreme, extreme vulnerability. He is not preparing to receive the crown, he is preparing to be possessed by the crown's consciousness. And remember, they said this crown is not just a mere crown, it's a living consciousness. You know what that means? It's like collections of souls, collections of the past legend. They say legend says the Aare crown holds the spiritual essences of what? Every Kabiyesi who has ever won it. Right back to Oduduwa himself, they said these aren't, benevolent guides, but they are demanding spirit, forever focused on the preservation of Ife. When the current Oni enters seclusion, this collective consciousness communicates its agenda. You understand? Yes. Whenever he enters his consciousness, they said this collective consciousness, right? They communicate its agenda. Like they will literally, during that seclusion, they will come and tell him what to do, what the things that he should look out for. Like it's like a time of spiritual communication, a time that he commune with his ancestors, with those who have gone before him, with those who have, sat on that throne that he's presently sitting on. He commune with those who have been there before, who have seen it all, who came, who saw and conquered. He commune with the spirits. So it wasn't just a mere time of seclusion like people always say. This time a special time. Very, very special, and not just special, they are sacred. It is a sacred time for Kabiyesi, the great Iroko himself, to tell you what these people pass through. Not just you see them and you think that this man is just that. They are passing through a whole lot, and a whole lot is passing through them, especially in times of this kind of time, especially in this time when he has to go on seclusion, preparing for the Olojo festival. It is a critical time for Kabiyesi. You see why they always say that we should pray for our kings, because that seat they are sitting on is not just a mere seat, it's a spiritual seat. But to the physical eye, it might look like it's not just a king. They are enjoying now. They don't have problem. Everything is at their beck and call. But the spiritual backings, if you see these things, if you know those things, you will know that in fact, we are supposed to give them kudos whenever you see a great monarch, especially like that of Kabiyesi. You're welcome back again to my channel. Nice meeting you here once again. It is my pleasure to have you here. If you have been watching, you have not subscribed, subscription is free. All you need to do is just to tap on that subscribe button, turn on notification bell, so whenever I drop my videos, you get notified. Don't forget to share so that others will learn one or two. My correct people, it's not a small thing though. Now they say it shows him, because during this communication it shows him the mistakes of the past kings and issues a spiritual mandate for the coming year. Yes, they open his eyes, they let him know that, okay, this is the mistake of your your predecessor, and this is what you should do. And they will even give him tasks, what he must achieve in the first coming year. Now, this intense mental download is so overwhelming. It's believed to be the source of the immense personal burdens and relationship struggles many Onis have faced. You see it now. They see it as a spiritual struggle. It's not an easy thing. A spiritual struggle, because when this time comes, you will see them like, hey, what are they going to tell me again? What would they say I should do for this forthcoming year? It's not an easy thing, because this thing is not about you. It is about what they want you to do. So the crowns demand override the man's desires. That is, it override Kabiyesi's desire. No matter what he planned to do, if it's not in line with what the ancestors or what they tell him to do, he cannot just go ahead and do it. He must follow, or whatever it is he has to do must go in line with what they have asked him to do. So you can see that this thing is not just mere things. It is indeed a spiritual struggle for Kabiyesi. To survive the spiritual possession, the Oni must make the required sacrifice. The deepest secret, the one no one has heard, is that the crown requires the Oni to mentally detach from one a deeply personal mortal attachment. Do you understand? He must detach himself from whatever he is deeply into, whatever it is that has occupied him, whatever it is that he's always thinking about, whatever thing that is so precious that he cannot do without, that is always in his mind. He has to detach himself from all that. During the seclusion, it could be his first wife, his favorite child, or a cherished ambition. It's a spiritual amputation designed to prove that his intimate loyalty is to the throne, not to his human life. Omo. It's not a small thing. No. The Aare crown is immensely volatile. If the great Iroko enters the seclusion with a heart filled with personal conflict, say a marriage, for instance, a marriage crisis, for instance, or a bitter political feud, this consciousness inside the Aare doesn't just judge him, it fights him. The crown is a spiritual weapon, and when its host is impure, or when its host is impure or distracted by mortal concerns, the internal energy becomes turbulent. Oh, you understand it now. Maybe that is why when Kabesi carries this, you see him staggering or doing all those things. It shows that maybe at that point that you see him moving, zigzagly or moving randomly like that, maybe his thought has shifted. Just maybe, because from what they just said now, they said that is why you see this turbulence. According to palace elders, they say, according to palace elders, can manifest as real world misfortune, and these things can happen. And when this turbulence come, it can manifest as real world, like misfortune, personal scandals, or even political turmoil for the entire kingdom. Like, it's not just about Kabiyesi alone. No, they are talking about the entire kingdom. If at the end of the day his mind shifted or things are not okay, so if his mind is not on the Aare crown alone, these are the things that said might likely happen. It might have a misfortune, not just for him alone, but for the entire kingdom, even scandals or even political turmoil for the entire kingdom as well. And the Oni doesn't just wear history, he battles it. Like, he battles with it. It's not a small thing. The Aare crown is not a symbol of luxury. It is a spiritual cage. Yes, because it has to do with a whole lot of rules and regulations. So you should know what is this already. From what we have heard so far, we should know that it's indeed a spiritual cage, because any little mistake can cause a whole lot of turmoil, a whole lot of scandals, a whole lot of misfortune, not just for the Kabiyesi alone, but for the entire kingdom. You see what it is now. And so now, they say it is a spiritual cage. Of course, like we've heard before, it is the living repository of Ife's relentless history, compelling its wearer to live a life governed not by himself but by the will of the ancestors. Not, every time you see the Oni or the great Iroko wearing the Aare, remember this: you are witnessing a profound struggle. The man battling the monarch, and the monarch fighting to survive the very weight of the immortal souls bound to the cloth. What price would you pay for that kind of power? This is a question I'm asking you today, my correct people. What price will you pay for that kind of power? No wonder you see some people, when they ask them to come out, they will say, I beg, Una no vex, I no fit sit. Abeg, can you people point my any of my family member? I don't know if it's applicable to that of uh, Ooni of Ife seat, but some other kingdoms are like that, because sometimes when they get to see hear all those things, they get like, no, they are not, they can't just wear that kind of crown. So my people, come down the comment section and drop your opinion, what you feel about this very gist, or what you have heard before about the Aare crown. Also, we also want to learn and hear from you and learn also. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for standing by. I love you all. I appreciate you. God bless you till I come your way again. Bye bye.